just can't believe it. I can't believe it. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, welcome. Well, I'm sorry I'm out of sorts here. I'm sure by now you've heard the news. My name is Lorne Risley. I'm the host of the Halcyon Show, and I just have to get into it because I just can't. I can't believe it. I just yeah, I'm in shock. It's just it's a lot to process. It's a lot to take in right now. I just I'm going to compose myself, and we're going to do this at 8 p.m. Greenwich Mean Time. UK Battle Rap received news of the most heinous and indeed gut-wrenching nature. Bizzo Bond, esteemed battle rapper, famed musician, and of course, one of the longest reigning, defending, undisputed battle rap champions in the UK has ever produced, will ever produce. He had some news. This news was earth-shattering, shocking, utterly bewildering, and just completely unexpected. No one could have seen it coming, least of all me, you. I had my suspicions, but it's only now that we know the truth. Bizzo Bond is boring. I can't believe it. I won't believe it. It is unacceptable, and I'm just having the toughest time digesting this news. It's unbelievable. Bizzo Bond right now is talking to the Plug TV along with Gemini, and I'm sure that they too are wrestling unbearably with this news. And I can only imagine how you were all feeling at home. Troy, welcome. Thank you for joining me. Troy is a massive battle rap fan. I can only imagine what he's going through right now. David, if you join us, I hope you're still able to make your debut with this news. And to everyone going to Apex, I mean, I'm sure this has rocked you. I'm sure this is going to be something that this is gonna keep you awake at night for weeks now until Apex to see how this situation gets resolved. See, now that's cutting a promo. Now, I know it was bollocks. You know it was bollocks. And I got to be honest, when I saw Bizzo post the sigh emoji, I kind of saw it coming. Like, I love this shit. I love it when battlers start going pro wrestling. It's great. And so, come on, let's talk about it, shall we? Bizzo is, in fact, by the way, if you're not aware, he's currently over on... I think he's doing a Twitter space with Gemini right now. So you should, if you're watching this, you should probably be watching that, because I presume you care about battle rap. And the two champions of their respective divisions, like talking, like that's the promo that you should be watching. Charlie, good. I'm glad. You know, I was doing my best to lay it on thick, and yeah, Troy, me too. I was crying. Definitely of sadness. Honestly, man, when I saw it, I feel like we don't take enough opportunities to have fun as fans of battle rap sometimes. And Gas Buff, Anderson Burris, Marlowe and Shuffle, when they get in the mood, these are guys that know how to have fun with battle rap, man. And they love messing with the genre. They love... Charlie's not into battle rap, so he's out of the... So basically, Charlie, Bizzo Bond is a UK battle rapper. He's the champion of a promotion called Premier Battles, and he gets lampooned for being boring, basically. And the reason for that is because you don't see him falling out of clubs at 1 o'clock in the morning with cocaine hanging out of a snot bubble out of his nose, flanked by prostitutes. He's just kind of a clean living, down-to-earth, really top bloke. And as a result... but Charlie, this is what I'm saying. Is that what you call giving me a heart attack? Charlie, what do you think I was feeling like before I went, I bet it's a promo? Because Bizzo is not... He's a professional as well. The thing about Bizzo is he's always conducted himself as a champion would in a sport. Like, he's just always carried himself with the measure of decorum that a champion would. And as a result, you know, I knew he was fucking around. That's why I lent into it with the, listen, whatever's happening, good, bad, or indifferent, it is what it is. Okay? It is what it is. Like, I feel like you need to live it. You need to steer into the gimmick, or you need to not. And I felt like it was just, again, this is what's great. Other people's lives, yeah. But this is the thing with Biz, is that Biz gets lampooned for it. Now, I don't know about anybody else. It's so hard to live clean and stay on the. Just my big thing would be rage. Just deciding one day, do you know what? Fuck it. I'm gonna just the next person that rubs me up the wrong way. I'm just gonna fucking just show them, man. I have real bad instances where I just get really mad about stuff, especially within battle rap, man. Sometimes battle rap really pisses me off. But yeah, living the gimmick is yeah, and Troy makes a good point. The irony is Bizzo's a really funny dude. I mean, he has to be. He's a champion battle rapper, which means he's not only very clever with his words and his lyricism, he's a funny fucker too. But let's get back to the point, which is promotion in battle rap. Because one of the things that I think battle rap really struggles with at times is it doesn't always know what it wants to be. Does it want to be this serious competition of words and poetry? Does it want to be this comic side piece to stand-up comedy? Does it want to be character driven? Does it want to be a sport mimicking live performance, or live performance mimicking sport? It's not always clear. So when I'm, you know, pitching battle rap to people, it's not always clear what I'm pitching them. You know, I tend to pitch it as, it's kind of something for everybody. It's a bit of comedy, it's a bit of drama, it's a bit of skill, it's a bit of panache, it's showmanship. And one of the reasons why I'm quite, I don't know if you heard, but Quill is coming on the show, not for an interview per se, but because Quill is one of the most opinionated battle rap personalities at the moment. He's also worked in various avenues. He's done his own YouTube channel, he's done music, he's done battling, but he's also performed media duties for Don't Flop. So he's got a unique perspective, but one of the things he was talking about recently is he's kind of frustrated at the lack of fucking movement in the genre right now. And I'm inclined to agree. Considering, you know, cards are usually compiled of at least 5 battles. So that means there's 10 battlers per card. It's very rare that you get repeat cards, which means that there's at least, I'd say 40, 50 at least active battlers on their respective rosters that are good enough to be able to warrant buying it, that are skilled, funny, you know, dramatic enough to buy tickets, which means that there's this whole torrent of creative people that you just don't really see anything on a regular basis. Now, if unlike me, you're not trying to indulge in their passion, so like, for instance, C Major is someone that I've started following recently. He's a former battler. I don't think he battles anymore, but he's producing a lot of music recently. That's the same for Blizz. Blizzard is a extremely talented music producer. Not so much on the battle scene now, but his stuff is fabulous. Shuffle is now really, I mean, he's still an active battler, but he's more focused on his outside ventures. He's an author. He's basically a comedian and a game show host, on top of all the other stuff that he does. Marlo's a director and a video editor and a film producer. You know, Shy's more of a promoter now. He's not really a battler anymore. He is still a battler, obviously, and if they put him on a card, it'll sell out. But he's kind of a promoter now. I don't know if I would categorize him as a battler. But the point is that these guys are all guys that have done stuff outside of battle rap that's like a lot of fun. And one of the things that I think is interesting about battle rap right now, I'm just going to shrink this because this depresses me. One of the things I think about battle rap right now is that there's not really anyone taking advantage of the lack of content in the sphere. There's no one really capitalizing. Gasbuff is probably the closest. Gasbuff has really tried his best to get battle rap in the position I think I would want it to be in, which is just fucking people having fun, people messing around with the genre, you know, kind of picking and choosing their moments and utilizing it to the best of their ability to then promote the battles themselves and each other, living the gimmick to a degree, but then also playing off the gimmick to a degree. And that's why I like Bizzo's thing today. I love the fact that Bizzo is now playing off the fact that people are calling him boring. He's like, okay, well, let me bounce off this. This is what was funny about that to me specifically, right? It's funny that I shared this video today because Prem, I think, reposted it yesterday. I came across it today, reposted it. it was the Bizzo Bond versus Bobby Rex battle. I was in the crowd for that, which was handy because Bobby referenced mine and Biz's interview, which you and another guy awkwardly feigning chemistry on a podcast or whatever it was, because he was accusing Biz of being boring. And I was like, well, number one, cheers, Bobby. My first ever reference in a battle rap, and it's, you're boring. Cheers, buddy. But secondly, I think Bizzo works pretty hard to just be a good representative, and that's easier said than done in the modern era, where you'll get in trouble for shit sooner or later. So I think it's just funny to me how in a genre full of immensely talented people, you just don't really see anyone capitalizing on it. And I think there's names that you could pull out. Like, from a lunacy perspective, I get it. He's a big name. He shouldn't really need to do that. He's using battle rap effectively as a promotional tool for his music and for his art and for his comedic ventures, and that's fine. I've got no problems with that. He's given enough to the genre. I think that's fucking beyond reproach. Obviously, Shotty's making his money through other means, and that's fine. Briggsy is an interesting case because I think he still gives a lot to battle rap. I don't know if he takes a lot from battle rap in the sense of exposure anymore. I think he battles either for the love of it or because he knows it's what the card needs, or for the other guy what they need. Yeah, it's hard to pinpoint people who that are giving as much as I think they could be, given the talent they have and the open space that they could command. It's a weird one. That's all I would say. And I just think, again, take Anderson Burris as the prime example. I mean, the ScoMo promo that he cut the other day using the Conor McGregor AI thing was fucking unreal. You don't want to be on the side of that. Then you go back to pandemic time when Shotty was doing the diss tracks against Tally in No Loose Chat. They were great, man. I think I still have one of my, as one of my training tracks. I think it's 2 a.m. I think is the song. And then there's another beat that's produced by Blizzard that I forget what the name of that song is as well, but that one's great. And then obviously Shuffle and Marlowe's bit with Gemini for Marlowe's battle against Quill is probably the greatest promo that has ever been produced in battle rap. It's a piece of comedic genius on the part of Shuffle, Marlowe, and Gemini. Even the fact that Quill makes an appearance as a picture as purple trainers, it's fantastic. And I guess the point of this video is, number one, to showcase Biz a little bit, because Bizzo doesn't get the credit he deserves for being, again, he's pretty soon going to be the longest reigning UK battle rap champion of all time. That's a pretty fucking cool achievement. Secondly, how he's worked pretty tirelessly to promote himself and to do it in a way that's in keeping with his gimmick without taking some really severe left-hand turns left, right, and center. But also to kind of highlight that, yeah, it's been, and Quill talked about this, and I'm sure Quill's going to reference this a little bit tomorrow, or whenever it is that he comes on. It feels quiet. It feels really quiet. Apex is only a month away, almost exactly a month away. It feels quiet. Don't Flop feels quiet. No Loose Chat have had their recent card fall apart. I understand that, but they make a decent enough of noise. I'm not here to give that. But on the American side, I see a lot from the American side on a regular basis, and I just don't see that level of fucking, I just don't see, and that makes me, I don't know. Considering how much wrestling indie promotions put out, I mean, I follow a few of those on Twitter now. You see something almost every day. Sometimes too much. Sometimes too much exposure. Battlers individually reposting stuff, that's fine. But again, apart from Gas Buff, I think most of the people are producing stuff for themselves, not necessarily to showcase battle rap. And I don't know. It feels like a genre that you can play with a lot, and I just want to see more of it. So this is kind of my plea to say to UK battle rap right now, it's quiet. If you're a battler, if you're a promoter, if you're a manager, if you're the guy that puts things together behind the scenes, start nudging your guys, man. Start just even if you haven't got a battle with them, just Kingsley Thunder and Red Wolf. That was great. I like that exchange. That was cool. More of that stuff. But, you know, build storylines if you have to. Build tension over time. Instigate an idea here or there. Why do you think I was such a fan of Quill going after the Shotty battle back in the day? Was because Quill was working his fucking ass off to make it palatable to an audience. To try and sell the idea of it. To put the idea in people's heads. And I was excited as hell for it. And I'm disappointed that it hadn't happened. Not yet, anyway. I hope it happens down the line. But at the moment, it might be whoever wins between Bizzo and Jem. I don't think it will be. I think Shotty's going to hold out for an American battler. Maybe Luna? I mean, is there anyone in the UK that you could see Shotty battling right now? I don't know. I don't think so. I think it's going to be an American, whoever it is. Which means that, you know, Quill feels like he put in a lot of work for effectively nothing. And that sucks because he worked his fucking ass off to do it, and he cut promos and he tried to engage people. He did everything I'm basically pontificating people do, including, and Bizzo is the same. He's working his ass off to try and get traction and move things and move people and engage people. But it doesn't work if it's just the one. I think you need everybody pulling in the same direction on this. So this is just me saying, hey, and if I'm wrong, hey, listen, this isn't the last time. This isn't the first time I've been wrong. It won't be the last time. If anyone wants to highlight some of this shit to me, tweet it. Repost this with something that you've seen from the battlers recently or some of the guys recently that you think should be showcased more. Let me showcase it. Let me promote it. I'd really love to see it. So, nothing really more to say about that. I did my little spiel at the beginning. I'm glad that I got Charlie along for the ride for a bit. Troy, it was nice for you to drop in. Thank you so much. Won't take up too much of your time because, again, I will emphasize the fact that Bizzo and Jem have either just done the spaces or in the middle of doing the spaces for Plug TV. So really you should be going and watching that to get hyped for Apex. I still haven't decided if I'm going. We'll see. I'm not sure. But in the meantime, I think that'll about do it. So thank you very much for joining me on this impromptu edition of the Halcyon Show. Please like, share, and subscribe. Again, Quill is coming soon. We're going to be looking into getting Crow, Pedro, Harry J. Robinson, a.k.a. Heretic. There's others I'm forgetting off the top of my head, so stay tuned for those. But in the meantime, it is an impossibly hot Thursday evening. I've been your host. I appreciate you joining me. Go and do something fun. Have something cold to drink. And in the meantime, take care of yourselves. And I'll see you, hopefully, on the next episode of The Halcyon Show.